Welcome to tonight's episode of SideQuest Live. I'm excited. I hope you are too. Tonight is number 17 of Wanderverse. I am also a little sad to say it is our season finale for this series, for Wanderverse, flying through sci-fi custom mishmash, all of the worlds together. It's been wonderful. We have had a wonderful DM and Game Master in Devon who's been running the show. We've also got Nullius Vox playing MacPack, the hacker droid assembled weird mishmash. We've got Philip Hopper played by Francois, who's been our phase hippo streamer wanderer from another dimension. We've also had several other players and characters along the way that are just too numerous to mention. Tonight we are going to wrap up the game, but I'm going to give us a quick intro to what's been going on. So, let me just give us the quick rundown. Essentially, the party has managed to pull back the mystery ship from beyond the edge of the universe through this strange barrier. We've taken over this massive one-time defender of the galaxy, been turned to a political tool by a political tool. The brother of the Emperor, who took over his identity and was using this to banish anyone who would come up against him. So the great news is our party has finally unmasked this terror, and we've been raising rebellion against them. We've managed to strike a blow against them, and in this one brief instance before the enemies can come to bear, we are hightailing it out of there with I believe it was 3 or 4 of our ships towing this massive station in low warp speed, trying to get it far away to use for our own ends as we try to put an end to the Emperor who's been subjugating this universe. I believe that's brings us up to speed. So without further ado, we're gonna come to the season finale of Wanderverse. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's tune into the show.
But it's
we can use me
Galactic Alliance space. It is like around the corner from like where the Senate hangs out.
Okay.
So we gotta get this real close, and to stop the bad Emperor, broadcast from downtown.
It's more like we interrupt the casting to broadcast our own thing, and then we basically stop outside interference of interfering with our interference of the signal.
Yes.
This
And you
would
do
have
it
been
long
a
enough
great time for me to be able to have a D8 plus 4 level on devices, but I guess we'll settle for what we have too.
We interrupt your regular scheduled program. We bring you Galactic Truth Bombs. Please download the following file and trust us. All your truth belong to us.
So the Emperor has like a bunch of his like publicists and like spin doctors, and they are collating all of the information that you have found, but then making sure that like the first like 15 seconds is like bullet point, so that all of the people who aren't robots can still like watch and go, oh shit, this is something that I need to pay attention to. Anyone who with an electronic brain, so any droid, will be able to download the entire chunk of data and make their decision in an instant, because that's how robot brains work. But anyone with a slower brain, it's like showing images of images of the.
Can I feed the run program?
No.
To the no, wait. Hear me out. Hear me out. Can I feed the run program to the masses in an isolated way, in a way to say like, this is what they showed, this is what they did, as opposed to do it.
How about this? Can we feed
Or this
that
is
run
what they were trying to
program
do, like
just
in
to
other
the
words,
servers of like the massive distraction?
I'm not
mobile?
trying. I'm trying to show the run program rather than run the run program. Can I do that?
You can show the run program without running it, and Riku is very much like, I want the run program to be used as a last resort. Like
I don't want to use the run program here. If we're doing a feed to the masses right here, I want to show them what the corruption did. I don't want to use it.
Yes, you can do that.
I want to show them, to say like, this is the thing that they did, that they were going to do, and here is the actual data, but I'm actually like just showing it in script rather than running the program.
Yeah,
Does
but
that make sense?
I understand the intention, but I worry that like someone would just say like, oh, does it really work? And just try to execute it from what they see. It's like saying an email, look, inside this email there's a virus.
No one
Like,
really a virus in there?
There will be some stupid people that will be like, really?
We'll put
Open
a
email, open virus.
We'll put a post-it note
Some
on it.
parts
It'll
of
be
the
okay.
universe have never changed.
That's true.
Entire civilizations get wiped out.
How do we juxtapose that versus like this is something they did without showing them what it was? Part of the thing about making knowledge a pointless endeavor is when everyone has it. And it is a matter of like, yeah, some people might try to run it, but it is just like when everyone had, you level the playing field a little bit. I don't know what y'all want to do, but just
the
Matt Pack
idea
always
was
finds balance and just cares for that above all things.
Riku's people have suggested to interspace like information about the run program with the log from the APEP, showing the reception of the run program immediately becoming the
maybe file
catastrophic
footage
explosion.
might
I think
work
that
a little better.
shows about.
Okay, so we have to show them, I guess, like the data. Like we can say, like this thing happened and this stuff happened. Okay, fine. Let's go with that.
Just so we don't
so-
accidentally cause the downfall of modern civilization.
Spoken like someone who spills their everything everywhere.
Well,
You've grown up. Happy.
I'm working on my spill. I have a problem, okay? With my inner ear.
So, Riku has gathered up 60 ships. So it's 60. They're all crewed by people he trusts, but all the ships are also older. They're all at least 10 years old or like made by somebody. Nothing's like off the rack.
Can we say that Tom recognizes one of them, and he spent 1,000 years in stasis?
Yeah, you recognize it, and it's like those the engine and thrusters are different, but the hull.
That's a Corolla.
Hull, it's got like half of an American flag painted on the side, but that country's been long gone.
Yeah, that one didn't survive past 20. It's too real. Hold on.
20.
Let's hope it doesn't smell like maple on Scratch and Sniff.
I heard it runs on floppy disk.
Get your floppy disk right here.
Hey, Red Bill's back.
It's the Bill
His
Gates
inappropriate
Foundation. Nice to know.
So you are being given a fleet to be command of. Riku was like, if you can get close enough to the communication tower, you can use this device, and he pulls out the MG transmitter. That's the MacGuffin transmitter.
Nice.
If you can get into range of the satellite, you can send the message, and then you just have to keep the satellite from being destroyed by the enemy for long enough for it to get out. So you get in, you get close, stay there, then you can do whatever you need to do.
So we just have to stay alive long enough.
Yes.
That should be
Okay,
easy.
so-
We're great at that.
We're great at
and you
like
don't know-
task failed successfully. That's what we're great
Yeah,
at.
we
Hmm.
fail up
You-
like
you
nobody's business.
That should
You
have been
don't
the
know
name
how
for
many
a ship.
rounds fail up.
That's the name of my
Fail up or
autobiography.
task failed. The task failed successfully. The fail up sounds better.
The fail ups.
yeah.
That's the name of our next crew.
You don't know how long it's going to take. You'll have to be there before you can know.
Do we have
Riku's estimates anywhere between 20 to 30 seconds.
And we're still at the same status that we were at last battle? Because
No,
I do have
the
recorded.
ship has been repaired.
Oh, thank
No,
God.
sweet. That, yeah,
I take off my
trust me,
space
that-
helmet.
That's much better.
Because you were at
Thank
1,
you,
I
Beth.
believe, right?
We're at 2. But
Oh.
finally, one of the things that I'm taking gratitude for is the conditional formatting on my spreadsheet worked. And as I removed all of those those three ones, like, oh, the color was just getting progressively brighter. It was lovely. So, if that means we have 5 HP, 12 torpedoes, that is actually the current status, not based on refill. We actually just did have a shitload of torpedoes. And we were at 76% quasar fuel.
Sweet.
So I guess that's where we're at?
Yeah, they're gonna top that off again with the railgun. You still have the option for like the psychological warfare of sending the Apep in, or you could try to stealth in, or you could just warp in and see what happens.
We could do
The
both.
actual
I'm just wondering, like, use this stealth as an upset, and then just like set up to be the Apep as like the psychological thump. Like once like we start doing what we're trying to do, and holding off, like we start like causing chaos.
Hey, we're good at that.
And then we cause the psychological aspect afterwards, because we've got to hold this as long as possible.
Ooh, yeah.
We don't know how long it's gonna take, right?
That'll be
So let's
Operation
start
Bug Bomb.
with, like,
And let's put it right over the Capitol. And crashing. And that'll keep them busy. We're going to drop
Well,
a
yeah, 'cause-
truckload of raccoons on their capital city. It is a true
Wait, whoa,
Toronto
come on,
revenge.
no, we've got to keep in mind the civilians. Okay.
They'll be
Nice.
fine. Those things didn't like
I think you're on
human
mute,
flesh.
Francois.
It reminds me of a certain Raccoon City I heard. And
Yeah, Raccoon City, nice place.
that's
So let's
great.
not be Umbrella and Tom. You should drink a shitload of Shut Up, and let's not harm civilians.
They'll be fine. Can I
Okay, you
Can
go
I
down
have-
there and wait with them.
have snuck down to the neutrino cannon thing
Yes.
while I've been banished, and I'm gonna just try to. So the Apep's there,
Okay, quick
right? No,
side
we
note
left
here.
the Apep. Damn
I'm
it!
building. You saw the fruit bat, right?
I wanted to have.
I am building a new ship in Starfield. Like, I always build a second level, like, end game
Nice.
ship. And when I was going through it, thinking in the RP mode, it's still like, it is kind of like, it is borderline ready to fly. And I pictured being there and saying, like, yeah, it's borderline ready to be able to fly. And I just pictured, like, fuck, Tom's gonna fly it right now.
I was just curious
Nice.
if I could beam one of those little critters onto our ship. It's okay. It's too far away now.
You are the architect of chaos.
Yeah.
Well, you brought the APEP and the railgun to Knotwood, so it's like in Atmo. No, I know it's in orbit
Okay,
with the
then.
railgun.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
quietly
use
try
the
to be
railgun
one of
to
those
teleport.
one of those alien creatures, the night terrors, into MacPack's bunk room when they're not
Okay.
there, and I'll just lock it.
Give me a neutrino roll.
I have no neutrino, so it's a D4.
It's also -1.
What?
By the way, I popped beside him because he has the transmitter, and I'm like, nope.
That's true. I'm never alone. Wait, you? Oh no, I'm so sorry, Philip Hopper. You've seen some stuff.
I'm just like, what is going? Then I see him like an additional cannon, like
You
no,
see,
thank
like
you.
my hand shaking. The coffee mug is like spilling on the neutrinos. Control panel.
Philip be like, I was in the shower. I'm unclean now.
Fine. But seriously, I want to know if these things are dangerous, and then we could drop them on the Capitol, cause mass chaos, but not casualties.
No.
Come on, you know how to work this thing. Come on, work with me.
2 against
Philip.
1, you lose. We're not doing this.
Ah,
Moving on.
Mm.
Let's go with the whole stealth approach, and then we'll drop it in as like basically we're going it for it to be psychological warfare in the benevolent or magnanimous sense.
Okay, so the plan is you're gonna Fruit Bat is gonna warp in, cloaked, and then try to like single.
The idea
stealth
is to drop in, take out strategic targets, and if we get overwhelmed, warp in the APEP as like the oh shit, what the fuck is happening? The world is collapsing and upon us distraction type maneuver.
So we're not going
We're
in
trying
and
to
just
avoid
us.
harming innocent civilians.
I thought we have
Tom.
60 ships. I don't think we want to go in alone. We're gonna get roasted.
Of course, the APEP is a thing that we bring in as like a last ditch effort. Let's go in.
Okay,
Let's do
cool.
Go in, do stealth, take out anything that we could do. Like if we can focus, like let's drop in, see if there's any things that are like any traps, detectors, because we have a cloaking device. So let's drop in and let's take a look, see if we can like roll scent, see if we can like take a look around passively or actively, and then we've got 60 ships we can bring in, and then we've got this big ass night terror infested thing that we can show as like this is something that didn't kill anyone. This is something that we killed, and we don't want to use that thing to kill anyone. It's the archetype of what went wrong about us. We need to use that as a metaphor, as an example. We don't use it as a weapon.
I thought we would use it as a distraction, and when they look at it, we sneak in the back, and we
Exactly.
start the program.
We can't sneak in the back with 60 ships. We can have
but
that as a distraction as well. We need this
Oh.
as a metaphor. We've got 60 ships.
No.
Distraction.
All right, hold up 1 second. I have it. It's a merger of both of your plans. Are you ready for this? We warp in our 60-person... No, we warp in the APEP.
Yes.
And then we warp in a few seconds later all of our ships except us. And they take up positions around the APEP and like shoot off into space where they're not going to hit anything and jam on the channels screaming, "They're here! They're here!" And like make everybody think we're defending them against the APEP. And then in that chaos, we slip through broadcast. And then we all stop and say, "Look, it's actually fine." Huh?
Disagree. We want to use the APEP as the truth of the matter, not a falsehood.
I'm so
The
used to
APEP
false
is-
flag things.
Yeah, I know, but here. We
So what you're saying is we
honesty
need a
is what we
false flag.
What we
Or in
need
other
is
words, a
30
truth
seconds.
flag.
What we
does
need-
not compute.
This is the flag.
What we need is 30
The
seconds.
human says to
That's
the
fair.
max.
We need 30 seconds.
That's the real thing we need. The APEP is just a tool for us to gain this, and we already have the log of the APEP to
The
to
APEP
show.
is the example of their corruption, and that is a living testament to it. If it should survive this because of the Federation or anything is to ever live, this needs to serve as an example of what happened. This is an epitaph.
This is not the main focus of what we want to do. We want to
But they need to
convince.
see it.
They don't need to see it. They will see it in the log. They will see it in the videos. They will see it in the transmission that we have to
No,
broadcast.
the idea, my thought is, we go in, we scout, all of us here. Then, once we figured out the tactical situation, the 66 ships jump in. Once we have an idealized threat, we use the APEP to jump in, feed the images of everything that has happened, and then we use Tom to guile as a way to communicate. What we are aiming to do is hack a communication system that everyone can see everything that we're doing and why, because the wool has been pulled over the Galactic Federation's eyes, and we should all just, that should be the roll of the dice, whether we can count on their idea that they're all oppressed, and we can
So you
put
want
it forward. I don't know.
to
I'm not
guile
the Emperor. If I were
the
the Emperor, that's
truth.
what I would do. Yeah. Do
You
think
know, that's
can
so
guile the
crazy,
truth,
it just might work.
What does the Emperor think about this? The actual Emperor.
The Emperor, like, as soon as he said, like, here's your 60 guys, this is what you need to do, I got other things to do.
All right,
Mostly
Yeah.
hair and
we're doing.
makeup.
What we should say is, so if we're doing this, we're gonna need you to say hi. If you really want to make our plan work, you're gonna need to observe.
Oh yeah, there's like
If
a
you're
little
looking for
video,
your
it's like,
daughter,
hi.
I'm pretty sure.
He's
It
physically
I'm
would.
sorry,
aged
honey,
from the
but
fake
we're gonna
Emperor
need
videos.
you here. If we're doing this,
I'm
for
sorry,
you,
Macpac.
we're gonna need you here. So
Macpac.
what are you doing
Macpac.
if you're not being here?
Macpac. If Emperor Riku's dying because you put him in danger zone, everything is going down the drain.
Oh, that's... You are a smart space hippo. Did I ever tell you that?
That's also true. But
I feel
we've
like we're
never
gonna
heard
die, so I'm
from
gonna
Emperor
tell you
Ryu.
that. You're a smart space
know.
hippo.
What are you talking about? He's right there. He's talking to us. What are you saying? We never heard about Emperor Riku.
Because we're too busy talking to each other. He doesn't talk much.
I find it very boring for a game for me to spend the whole time telling you
Yes.
what other people are doing while you sit and listen.
That's true. I'm sorry. I guess I should know whether get from a get-go. Should I trust the GM to not be the Coyote GM?
Like,
Good question.
Because if I go in sus, I'm gonna go in sus all the time.
well, right now I'm having sauce on you, Macpac. You want to run the Run project to everyone through the broadcast.
No, I don't.
I just want to
wanted
drop
show them. I wanted
space
to show
aliens
them
on
what
the
it was,
Capitol.
The attention was not there, but it would be like an accident that would just cause the downfall of the modern society.
Look, that's like saying, showing everybody, hey, if you turn on a stove element, it's hot. Don't put your hand on it, and if everyone burns their hand, it's my fault?
Okay.
Yes.
So let
Do
me
you know how
explain-
many people
No.
burn their hand on the stove every
Okay,
year?
Okay, maybe the robot actually... Okay, let me just point this out.
He does have a good point. I'm saying
You're very
that-
logical, but living, breathing beings don't have that skill. I mean, for fuck's sakes, look at me.
We make
The
mistakes all
frozen
the
archetype
time.
of a brain-dead human being who survived from the 1980s? What? Is that supposed to be the example? Somehow, like, even the pinhead is laughable. We're not like, we want the man who did this.
So, we need 30 seconds to broadcast the truth, and we hope that this truth will somehow cut through and people will make up their minds to do the right thing. That's our plan.
Then,
we're relying on the goodness inherent in every species in the universe.
Can we go back to my original
to
point? Go in,
the right
drop in
choice.
as cloaked, scout out the drop in cloaked. We have a cloaking device. The 60 ships do not. Drop in cloaked, scout out the situation, drop in the ships, like once we've observed the tactical situation, and then we hold the PEP as an example of what they did, and we use that as a testament. We don't use it. Doesn't have like, what are we gonna use it with? Like drop it and like put the benign night terrors on there. What are they gonna be like? Okay, why are we all here? We don't like being here. Let's leave. They didn't like humans.
Like
We use it
Like the taste of humans.
as an example. We don't use it as a weapon. We use the 60 ships
Can
as a
relate.
weapon, and we use our cloaked ship as a scout.
Absolutely,
The
that's how
thing
we get
is-
in there.
The thing is, if we scout and get discovered right away, we're one against the Empire. We're not
We are
gonna
one
last.
against the
One
Empire.
against the Empire. That sounds good.
It's a
Yeah.
good
Good
thing
for the
that-
title.
It's a good thing that at least
So
I guess
do.
you and I have warp, so we can do the whole warping out of their thing, and or
We're
we
gonna
can
warp,
call in this.
warp
if we
against
set it up-
50 lasers.
Will GM allow us to be like, we can send a signal and have the 60 ships jump in at moment based on our tactical intel from the moment we jump in?
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I would say that
I would agree
Well, I
with
was
the
asking
fact
GM.
that thing. Yeah, go ahead. GM may
if
answer.
you, I was gonna say
Yeah.
if you warp in and leave the 60 ships behind,
No,
you can.
I meant
call
if we
them
warp
to-
in for scout and discovered, we can warp them in instantly. Can we?
It would take 2 turns for them to arrive.
That's a lot of lasers.
That's a
That's
That's
lot,
a lot of
lasers.
lasers. Yeah, that's a. That's
I
a
think
thing.
we need to
That's a
start
problem.
with our
I
distraction
know.
and then
Yeah.
bring ourselves in stealthy.
Because I do agree with the stealthness, but
Yes.
I just think the order in which we do it, we should do it after the big commotion start, and then we stealth in, instead of trying to stealth in and then having a backup distraction. It's way more risky.
That makes sense to me. Okay. Yeah, cool.
Alright, so you're gonna warp in the 60 ships and the PEP first, and then you will warp in like several seconds later to
Oh.
check out the.
Ooh, can we
Yeah.
also, as we warp in the APEP, we'll loop one of the previously fake Emperor's recordings, but it's actually his face? Like, remove the filter, loop that right away, and that'll be the first one we play, and it'll be one of those, the night terrors represent that which is all unholy and terrifying. We must all unite, or we will be utterly destroyed. And but it's
also
actually the
like,
other
put that
guy's
by
face.
comparison. Yeah, and put that juxtaposed with that comment as showing like the night terrors being like, "What the fuck is this human? I don't like it."
Yeah, and
Can
and
MacPack
let that
do that?
build for a minute. And
I mean,
and
I've,
then,
I've got the logs.
Yeah.
I've got the thing. Can
and make sure it's a
GM,
famous
can I do
clip
that?
that the guy has used before. So it's like a
Oh yeah,
a sound
it's
bite.
like the St. Crispin's Day speech, where like everyone like knows this speech, and then it's like someone wearing the Emperor's clothes in the Emperor's room, making the exact motions that you have seen.
and some a little bit of behind the scenes. I love that stuff when you see somebody like with the clipper, like, okay, go, sir, Make sure that the transducerizer is fully operational.
Okay, so you're doing like you've got some psychological warfare going on. You got the corpse of the Apep. You've got your 60 ships, and you've got your cloak ship.
And we're cranking up more Flash Gordon noise and throwing more science stuff around.
Okay. You all ready
So
to?
do I? Okay, yeah, go ahead. If you're gonna let us do that, great away. I was just gonna say if I had to roll for all of that.
I think
No.
that
Like you've
sounds
got
like
like a team
duel.
of people who are like.
Can we roll some
Okay.
guile to see how good that goes?
I was going to say that you have. Sure, go ahead. Yeah, roll me some guile.
I think MacBack and me get to roll together and maybe add them up.
It was
'Cause
either
we're
that
working
or
together.
I was gonna roll. GM was gonna let us just get a pass. Let's just do this.
Well, no, I like Tom's plan. Yeah, both of you roll your guile. We'll add them together.
Hey, look. If we wanted to do this, I wanted to roll devices, so I should also
Yeah,
be able
do
to
it.
get to roll devices too.
Yeah, I'm rolling guile to help you pick the bits.
Okay, well, if I get a guy, I'll roll. What's
It's
my?
what you do
there we
with a
go.
media degree.
Hey, 6. I've got a guile
What's
D8.
anything?
I rolled a 6.
A 12?
An 11 plus 2 makes it 13 on a d12.
That's-
So if we
Nice.
combine them, that's like a. Okay.
We're
There's
using
a lot, yeah.
guile for good.
All right, so you.
Let's
you
combine our
look-
powers for once.
Yeah,
Put the
three of you
espresso
are
on my
hanging out in
head.
the editing
Oh,
Yeah, I literally pour it over you. All of a sudden, you're
in the
you're
editing
circling.
room, and I'm just
Viewer.
invigorated, and I suddenly start going.
So the three of you are hanging out in the editing room, and you were like picking like specific moments from like your fight against the bad empire. You're taking moments from like the poverty. You're taking bits from the Apep. You're taking fake clips from the fake emperor, and you are like weaving them together. You have like some classical phase hippo music that like
Yeah, we're broadcasting
Philip Hopper
live
is
to
like-
2 dimensions. Maybe 3 if you include Twitch.
It's pretty famous.
No, Twitch is
and-
gone.
And you have your masterpiece of like this video alone should turn make people doubt what's going on.
I high five
so let's,
Mac.
I'm sensing a butt.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna say so. The way that I'm going to do this combat is scaled up. So when you fire lasers and roll your D whatever, it's 60 ships doing that versus whatever else is being fought.
Well, that is a thing.
I got a bad
ADHD
feeling about
brain.
this.
ADHD brain me is now wanting me
Is there
to try to figure out
anything that
tactical.
is there
Go ahead.
anything that you would want to do before flying off?
I would not want all the 60 ships to do things at once. That's this problem. You're breaking my neurodivergent brain here.
Um,
I'm based on calculating logistics and variables, and you just told me 60 ships are going to be doing one thing at one time. And
so I'm just gonna
trying to figure out what
beam
to do.
out
What are my
message.
limits?
I'm gonna beam out a quick message to the people we met like way back on that moon when we were nothing, like Red Bill and like all of them. Anybody who hasn't died,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna be
Mhm.
like, it's been an honor to
Jolly.
serve with you all. Let's make this happen.
This is what we're doing to dissolve the illusion and of what we're told is real. and to actually replace it with what is real.
And I cover the mic with one hand and turn back to MacBack and be like, I really hope the Emperor is actually, like, our Emperor is really a good guy, not a dick in disguise. But what are the chances?
Don't
You
worry,
see him
Tom.
pulling down
I
his
dropped the
zipper from his
probe.
forehead.
I dropped
He's
the
like,
probe on the back of his neck. We'll be fine if he ever fucks up.
Nah, what are the odds? That's, I mean...
Doesn't matter. We've got the insurance policy.
Hmm.
It's still sitting there.
Alright,
I know.
Hopper, you got anything you want to do before you potentially die? I guess you can just phase away if it gets too dirty.
Potentially die. I love that.
Hey, I've got a weird idea. Sorry, you go ahead first, and then I've got a weird idea for Hopper.
I was just gonna say I was gonna eat some sushi, take look at my cloak. Well, I'm looking. I broke my EVA last time, so I'm just gonna take one of the extra suit that we have because, yeah, we're gonna have that. And I'd be like, okay, I'm ready for what could be our last mission.
Philip just wants the schematics for the fruit bat, so he can recreate it in a replay of the same game.
Yeah, well, it's almost the last achievement I have to have.
It's okay. I'll send the schematics.
Save
to you
Galaxy.
if you
Ooh,
survive.
that's a rare one.
That's
Only
a
2%
rare
of
one.
players save the Galaxy.
That's good odds.
To be fair, audience, the last time I participated in a game with with the host of this channel, we all died. The universe ended, and in a Cthulhu-esque way. So anyone who loves tentacles, yeah, this was your wheelhouse.
Oh,
All
It
right.
was pretty fun, not gonna lie.
Hey, sometimes
So,
a glorious
you-
death is great.
Yeah, you come out for the time of the mission start, and like hundreds of people are gathered around the space dock. There are like people cheering. There are people like drinking. But there's also people who are like crying, and like you see like tearful goodbyes between like parents who have to leave their kids behind so they can go off to fly a ship.
You're gonna
Um,
come back, right,
you s-
Mommy? Mommy?
I'm gonna do my best. I'm out of here,
No, Sonny.
kid.
She and you are gonna die.
And when the people see the crew of the Fruit Bat, it is like you are the face of this rebellion. People are going crazy for y'all.
Mommy's
And
gonna
you
make it
head
back,
up.
right, you heroes?
She tugs on Hopper's arm.
here's a little magic trick. Because in my
Magic
bio
trick
said I'm a
realizes-
big fan of magic tricks.
Anytime MacPack has tried to let the pinhead face smile, it hasn't worked out. So they just
We
So,
terrify
remain-
a child as our main official act.
yeah, they just go like they just try to broadcast rainbow colors and nod and smile instead, as a myriad colors instead of just trying to be like a red smile.
I'm also picturing that Hopper's like magic trick was like,
Yeah. Here's a coin. It's in your hair.
Pull my
Thanks.
finger.
Closes their hand and it digitally phases away, and they're like,
I'm so
my card
disappointed.
now.
Use that to buy food. All right,
the
you're
the
into the
transient
Fruit Bat,
dimensional
possibly.
equivalent
Well,
of pull my finger.
So, what's the plan? A pep, then the ships, then you, or a
Yeah.
pep and ships and you at the same time?
I say 60 ships.
I say a pep, then us, cloaked, then
Well-
60 ships.
What does Tom expect the jumping in the PEP first to accomplish versus the
Mostly
60
to get
ships?
all their sensors aimed at that. And then we'll go bloop on the edge of the system over there. And then close.
Won't they try to destroy it first thing without actually like looking at the wreckage of it? We want to use it as something to say, like, look at this. This is the thing that they did. Because what we need to remember is
They're
the
going to
PEP
scan it
was
for
an
at least
eye-
a round.
Yeah.
the PEP was an icon.
They'll
of what
recognize it.
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if it's the first thing that they see, they'll see threat. If there's already a threat and we bring in the PEP afterward,
But it's already
that's something
destroyed.
to look at rather than actual threat. Because, yeah, it's something helpless that they can
Red
destroy.
Bill,
'Cause the
you've
PEP
been
isn't a
upgraded
weapon.
to fodder.
My thought is bring in the 60 ships right away to give like the idea of like threat. Have them hold and not attack first,
I
and
could
then
just
bring in
picture
the
them.
PEP as the message, and then Tom does the guile.
But
Oh.
I did like the fact to send the APEP and then send the 60 ship after, because the 60 ships are still Alliance ship. They're old, but technically they're still Alliance, Galactic Alliance-ish. So
How
we
many
did-
ships are we facing in
Somewhere
opposition, by
on
the way?
board the Alliance
You don't know.
sensors.
We know that.
Capture
And then we sneak in.
a
Sorry,
used
what?
car lot just
We
appeared
don't
off
know
the edge
how
of
many
the
ships
solar
we're
system.
facing.
You know that you were going to like Galactic 4, so probably a lot.
So it's a matter of like, can we count on our ships to win this battle, or do we have to count on tactics and special events to win this battle?
this
My
is the
guess is we
capital.
can't rely on the ships. So
No.
the EPEP has to be served as a tactical thing. We can't use it as a weapon. We shouldn't use it to, like, if we need to get them to a point where they're looking at it to the point where they just won't automatically attack it on sight and try to obliterate it.
Honestly, I
'Cause
think that's
it's a
first.
possibility.
If it comes in after all the ships that they're already amped up in battle, they might not even notice it. If it comes in first and just sits there, it'll be a curiosity. And then the ships arrive. They're not going to blow
Okay,
it up
well-
immediately. It's like the flagship of the fleet. that
Well,
went
if we're gonna
missing.
drop in the flagship of the rotten flagship of the fleet that looks threatened and swarming with the things that they were most terrified.
And by
Of-
swarming, there was like there's some nests in the
if
nose.
you want to sacrifice our 60 ships, that's fine. That's a lot of our friends that are about to die, though.
No.
I'm just saying.
My thought is that we do this all in a matter of seconds, and we do it all timed,
Sure, send them in. at the
and
same
we do it
time.
all in strategy.
You could all, yeah, the railgun. You could send everything all at once.
Let's do that.
But
I-
we're
Okay.
I guess, yeah, we do that. Can we form up the position? Do we know where we're gonna go in? I'm just trying to get like an overall
You do
tactical
know,
layout of the
uh,
situation.
You do know where the satellite you need to go is. You do know that the Senate moon is close by, so it's going to be guarded. And it's there's not a lot of other information. This is kind of like, if this mission doesn't work, then the rebellion doesn't work. And you can't wait for a better time because this is the best time.
So what you're saying is there's like a 50% chance that this will work out in our favor?
And I
It's that.
feel that we've got
What
we've
could
got a bunch
possibly
of
go
ships.
wrong?
We've got a bunch of like armed ships. We've got a tiny cloak ship that is great for scouting opportunities, and we've got a ship that is good to send a message that is literally a symbol for the entire thing that should not, above all things, should not be destroyed, because this is a testament to the corruption of this. We are using this as evidence. That is what the APEP is.
That's fair.
The APEP has to be safe because it is evidence.
It also is huge, so it'll take a little while to explode. It's not this little thing that'll go.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it's
also
exploded.
It's hard to blow up something that's already been blowed up.
Yeah.
From experience.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
All right, let's roll the dice. Let's send it all in, and we'll get up cozied up and see the situation.
All right. So you are going to send in everything at once, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
But we're going to be
So,
cloaked.
We're gonna be cloaked. You said? Yeah. Let's go with
we'll
cloaked.
be cloaked.
So, the whole moon has shown up to cheer you all on. You climb into your ships. You do like the opening. You're getting all of your things ready. You're making sure like all of the things are correct. You're making sure your buckles are untight. You're rubbing all of your good luck charms. As a unit, the 61 ships take off and go into near orbit, where the husk of the APEP is waiting close by the railgun. You see the neutrinos powering up, and then this just massive purple ray envelops the sky, and you feel yourselves being flung across galaxies almost nearly instantly. And you come out of warp, and it is a very this is the most inhabited space that any of you have been in, probably for your whole lives. Like, normally you have to take like a week to get from planet A with a cantina to the next place over that has like a porta-john. But this is like, it's like going from the depths of Wisconsin to going to like downtown Tokyo.
Oh God, I should have set my spam filters.
This place is like full. There's traffic. There's satellites. There's military action. There's people action, and you have just brought a gigantic husk of a warship and a whole bunch of warships that are active. PCs go.
Ooh, while we're here, guys, can we hit a target? I haven't been to one of those in a long time. Never mind. After. It's fine.
You're gonna be a target. Don't worry about it.
Hey, shut up, autopilot. You're not supposed to have opinions. Cloak.
Just saying what we're all thinking. We're already cloaked.
Okay, good.
We went in cloaked,
All right,
right?
so
Didn't we both.
somebody roll me a cloak then. D4.
Okay, well,
Got
who's
it.
gonna do what in this bit? We're gonna look for. We're cloaked right now, so let's focus on sensors, right?
Somebody has
So
to
somebody
roll.
roll me a D4.
Yes, go
Yeah,
ahead.
So that means Tom, you're on sensors, so one of us is on.
Yeah, somebody else do that, because I'm not
working on
feeling
it. Just
lucky.
give me a sec. 2.
2.
Okay,
Okay.
that's 50%.
What it is.
It doesn't get much better
And
than
we're rolling sensors.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
It literally gets 2 better than that.
that. it gets 100% better
No.
than that.
Tom, please roll sensors while we're doing
I'm
this. You have a
looking for my
D8.
numbers. There we are. D8. Oh boy, here we go. 5.
Everything's okay.
Okay. You have not yet been clocked as an invasion force, which is good. But there is a lot of activity. You do know where the communication satellite is, so you can go there, or you basically have a few seconds
I'll tag
for
in. I'll highlight
someone
the
will
the
retaliate.
commsat, and be like, "There's our target."
Okay, let's go there. And let's start the process.
You rolled a 2 for stealth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. All right. So stealth has been done, cloak has been done. Philip, do you want to do anything?
I got a bad feeling about this.
Wait,
Well,
stealth is... Yeah. Okay, go.
well, I guess it's like we have to get close to use the
Yeah,
transmitter.
you have to get a little. You have to get a little closer from where you are now. So you could warp over, you could fly over, or you could roll right over.
I guess I will pilot us over, even though the pilot, but we haven't activated the autopilot, so
You could do that.
it's
if you
just a
want.
D6. But it's not a defensive maneuver, so it should be.
Yeah, well, actually, why not? Why don't we activate autopilot now? It only takes one turn. We haven't been detected.
Oh yeah, I will activate the autopilot then.
Okay.
I will use the use device.
Thank
Have
you
a
for
D6.
choosing autopilot.
And I rolled a 6.
Nice. All right. So all the ships are waiting for your lead. So as soon as you start prepping for action, they do the same. You can tell that they're warming up their warp. They're making sure their laser cannons are ready to go. They're prepping all of their onboard fire extinguishers and spare material. This is a force that is ready to rumble. And the...
Just out of curiosity, is there a way to communicate a message just to be able to isolate communications from just to the friendly fleets so that they can not
Yes,
receive
it's not
signals
it's not
from the new ones, the bad guys?
It's not 100%. You can have a closed channel, but there's nothing stopping the Alliance from hacking that channel. Most of your stuff is encrypted.
Can Macat Pack set up a rotating frequency range that all ships can adhere to? Unless anything comes in on that rotating frequency range, which will rotate every... Can I set it up to rotate every 1 minute? That
Sure.
no other outside bits can be intercepted. So that, we can't be hacked, in other words.
This is big flick coming in and hot.
Yeah, don't mind Tom.
10-4, buddy.
So I set up
So-
a random hack of a procedural generation of a new frequency that we're all tied into every 30 seconds.
So when the ships appear, you can tell that you are being scanned from multiple directions. A lot of eyes are on the APEP, on the 60 ships, and unfortunately also on you.
Sauce?
Yes.
They
All right,
look
we're
like
humped.
they're angling
Let's always
to
try-
intercept us, guys.
You can
I
always
think they
try
see
cloak
us.
again, but
Hmm.
but as of right now, the Empire knows that you're there.
Hey, Mac.
And
What do you think about this? We buzz that comm station, and as we go by, we use the ace in our sleeve, and we beam you. I'm sorry. What are we calling it? The neutron.
You trying to kill me again?
The neutron matter transportation.
Dude, can I just
targeting system.
send the program to them? Do you really want me to go there too?
But we could just buzz it and beam you on board, and then we could keep doing defensive maneuvers. and you
there
could
was
be
an
on
and there. Why don't I just fucking run it? It doesn't take long. It literally is just saying run. You're trying to kill me. Yes, let's try that. You fucking be. I'm gonna send you down there with a data stick if you really want to keep this going. But don't worry, I'll give you an espresso.
I haven't seen a thumb drive in a long time.
Yeah, don't worry,
all
I've
right,
got one here.
so The Empire is aware of you. You see security ships starting to drop out of stations. You see them starting to warp in from
that's a lot of
other
ships.
locations. You are outnumbered roughly 4-1.
I go with an alternate version of a non-homicidal or roboticidal, whatever it is, version of Tom's plan, where we just do that, and I try to beam the signal without having to actually physically be there.
Yeah, let's try that.
Thank you. Data transfer works,
All right, PCs go. You are surrounded by approximately 200 galactic ships.
Holy shit.
There are battalions that are separating off to form wings. They are trying to do maneuvers, make sure put you in pincers or trap you in a certain part of the sector.
I remember that time when I wanted to give everybody the run program to let them feed it to enemies.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
That might be soon.
I think it's
but
the
we
last
didn't do
resort.
that, did we?
Well, what do
I
you
can
wanna
only
do?
feed it to one ship at a time. That was an established mechanic.
What if
60 ships would have allowed it to go much faster?
This is true, but we're here now.
The Emperor was also please don't destroy the entire... So, you can destroy a ship, or you can do something else.
Can we
does it take
the
an
comm
action to
satellite that
initiate?
Tom was saying to use it to spread the run program to more enemy ships than just one per turn?
Or our message. You could just start with our message, ASAP.
Two things can be true. Can we do both? One to the friendly and one to the enemy ships.
Are you going to...
Well, what will GM allow us to do?
Hey, if you wanna slip run into the message, that is up to you.
The one that beams over the entire galaxy?
No, I don't want to send the thing to the entire galaxy.
Oh,
that robot just turned on us.
No, I literally said I don't, and all the humans are going, well, they're gonna do it. Even though the robot just literally said, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. The humans are still like, they're gonna do it. That explains why Skynet did Skynet. You're welcome, humanity.
This is where it happens, right here.
Humans don't listen, do they?
No, we don't. We really, really do not.
We want the one who did this.
My whole
So, as I said earlier...
Sorry,
it's up to us.
Yes, and also the fleet is following you, so if you attack, they will do an attack, and if you defend, the fleet will defend. It's not like a 1-to-1 ratio thing, I'm gonna pepper in some, if you're firing lasers, they might be firing neutrinos. But if you're doing nothing, then they are also doing nothing.
Okay, what I would suggest is that Tom is on the lasers and lasers some of the enemies. I would suggest that MacPack try to start to send a signal to the station to start the broadcast as soon as possible. And I will be on defense with the shield.
I love that plan, you beautiful, beautiful space hippo. But I got or phase hippo. I got one twist on that. I'm gonna try to buy us a little time. I might just go on full broadcast while he's beaming out the other one and uploading the message. I'll just try to talk to the fleet to buy us some time. I'd be like, whoa, we're not here to fight. And just see if we can keep them occupied. What do you think? I can also shoot. I can shoot if you'd rather. What do y'all think?
I think Guile could be if it can buy us sometimes, even if it's one round or two, because if we don't do any aggressive maneuver, they will try to check us up, but they won't attack right away. Oh, I think it might be a worthy idea.
Sure, I'll try that.
Okay.
I can't read that. Is that a? Okay, that's only
Is it a-
4. Wow! Oh wait, here, I'll do this on the thing.
Whoa! Hey, hold your fire! Hold your fire! We come.
Did you include your pluses though?
Yeah, that's a 4 total. I, Galactic Alliance, we are not going. Okay, let me start over. This is verbatim. Hold on, nobody shoot it. We're here to show you the truth. Please scan the IPEP. We're bringing your flagship back to you. Please scan it, but don't talk. Actually, talk.
All right, MacPack,
That's
what are you
the
doing?
most honest representation of a 4 I've ever done.
Yeah, that's a good one. That was a good.
That's
It's like,
pretty.
I'll listen if I want
That is
to.
very good. It depends on what it's a 4 out of. I guess it's all contextual. Or it's all relative. Relative. Everything's relative.
It's all quantum.
Shit, what am I gonna do? Well,
You
it's
can
relative
you can
too.
defend. You could.
Aren't you?
I'm gonna say that
Message
starting to
transferring?
send the message is a free action.
Oh, nice.
Starting to send the message though, like, have I had enough time to identify where to send the message to?
Yes,
Everywhere.
you know which station is where you're trying to beam it.
Excuse me, can you
Let's
open your
go.
port forwarding? I've got a message to beam to the galaxy.
Hi, this pizza delivery is brought to you by. Oh, I'm sorry, we screwed up. I'm so high. It's brought to you by
967.
Good Supply. 96976. Whoopsie.
That's what
Oh,
she
you
said.
didn't want it? I'll just take it back. It explodes after 10 seconds.
It's the wrong button. Wrong.
And
Yeah.
then it sends it to the gang, and that's the end. Good job, guys.
Yay!
Eh,
All right.
Are you serious?
So MacPack,
No. Okay,
Oh.
you were saying? Good.
I'm gonna say, what do you want to do?
That was a free action. You said send the message.
Yeah.
Fuck. First things first. Like, I don't know how much intel we have on the situation. Kind of interested to know what's going on, but MacPack's sensors are shit. So I guess I'll hold for defense.
What? You don't have a +1 because of your probe anyway?
No, I have sensors. D6 devices is where I kick ass.
Ah, okay.
Tom is the
Alright, so you're
sensors
gonna do-
person.
You will do pilot defense.
Do I have to say which defense I want to do?
Yes, because otherwise you can
Why?
be like, oh,
'Cause
be
I've
on
got-
warp.
Well,
Maybe
I've
the
got
autopilot's
pilot
on warp?
and I've got warp. Oh, but you said like my offensive actions channel to all other ships too, because I've got AM
Yeah, so if you got-
torps.
So if you start attacking, the fleet will also start attacking.
Did just
Okay.
literally say don't shoot us.
Don't do that.
Or do.
Oh.
I don't care. I was not great at it.
So wait, if I hold on defense, the other ships will hold on defense.
Yeah.
Let's hold on defense.
All right,
I'm
everybody.
holding the fence anyway,
Hold your
so it's
fire.
up to you.
And wait a minute,
Yeah.
you said I would have to choose my defense, and that is the thing that the rest of the fleet will choose to do.
The rest of the fleet will defend it as best makes sense to them. So, like,
Okay,
if
well,
you are...
So if I'm holding for this, and we had our autopilot also hold for defense, does that
Then
mean that they will have
autopilot
two
will be
buffers for
doing-
defense as a fleet? Because I'm trying to figure out how the fleet versus our command dynamics work. Because we have autopilot enabled.
Yeah, so the autopilot will be doing either pilot or warp, whatever you set it to. Philip will be doing shields, and then MacPack can do either
Sure,
warp or pilot.
but which actions because you said some of these things would translate to what the fleet does, which actions of ours translate to the fleet? So if we take 3 defensive actions, like I don't understand the dynamics. And I apologize. When you get into space battles and ships, I start to think tactics and the rules, and I'm just trying to understand the dynamic of.
It's all good.
I want to understand what I'm playing with.
So I am trying to make a simple space battle. My plan is what you do is on a scale of 60 ships. So if you're attacking, they are attacking. For RP purposes, if you are firing torpedoes, they might be shooting lasers or doing Freno. So it doesn't really like the essentially I am doing a big fight with the rules of a one-on-one fight.
So I really should focus on the dynamics and just go with the flow.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Okay, fine.
That's okay.
I'm still holding for defense in this case, given the dynamic for now. The autopilot we have is good for which ones here? If I have to pick one.
Warp.
It would be warp because you don't. Well, you're
a better pilot.
You're a better pilot than the warp.
I'm D8 pilot and warp. I have both.
Oh, then you're the same. So whichever you thrust the autopilot to do.
Okay. I guess, do we have a sensor roll on like what you know what, fine, fuck it, I'll go with the flow, just choose pilot, fuck it.
Okay.
I would like to know what they're firing at us though.
Alright, so the fruit bat sends out its clunky message of peace, while also beginning to transmit the message. You get a response from the fleet commander. You see like a
oops, sorry, wrong button.
You see like a very sleek attack vessel kind of like pull up into like your view, and this is like they're trying to intimidate the masses, because you are all like in these like clunky like barn chasing type ships. And so the commander comes up, like, this is the commander of the Galactic Alliance. You will disengage all weapon systems and land on these coordinates. If you do not move in the next 3 seconds, we will open fire on you immediately.
MacPack interjects right now and says, this is not the Galactic Alliance, and you are in the middle of our fire zone. If you don't decline within the next 30 seconds, we will obliterate you, and you won't have any time to get away from it before you are dead.
I think you passed too much time with Tom.
Well done.
Top of the next round.
Okay, it's on.
Alright, PCs go.
Hostilities are open then.
Oh.
Meanwhile,
do we see what he's gonna do? Or are we gonna fucking try to kill him right now? Like, are we gonna kill that ship? Or are we just gonna like the whole thing? I thought was I was waiting for a response. Like, you were in the middle of our fire, all of our fire zone. There might be 200 people out. There might be 200 ships out there, but you are right here, right now.
Okay.
And if you don't surrender before the next turn, we will open fire on you.
Yeah, this is on now, guys. I'm gonna run lasers. I'm gonna shoot some lasers.
Okay.
All hands, open fire on that ship.
Who's doing defense? Anybody?
Well,
I'm
saying shield.
I did. So we just got a bluff. Like, I didn't have to. Like, I don't have to spend my defense round, because if not, I've got a D10 on torps, and we've got a lot of torps.
Yeah. Let's
you
cook
can
the
do them.
leader.
All right. 5.
Do you want high or low?
Low.
The opening sortie is begun. You launch a torpedo as all 60 of the ships are choosing like their own targets. A lot of them are focusing on the command ship because it is a large warship, not as large as the Apep, of course. And it just starts getting peppered with neutrino blasts and laser fire and torpedoes. And your torpedo does manage to do some damage. Tom.
Nice.
I will laser them.
Okay.
That's did we get an upgrade on the lasers? I don't remember.
I think it was +1.
Okay,
I think
that's
it
a
was
9.
+1. Yeah.
Yes, it
9.
is. We have EMP +1 and lasers +1.
I'm gonna try to target
Nice.
their shield generators
Okay.
with a 9.
Oh, side note,
well
by the
then-
way, the fruit bat, the weapons on the ship that I showed you, it actually does have essentially the closest thing I could do to the weapon profile that the fruit bat had. Combination of particle cannons, which were better and made more sense, torpedoes, and EMP.
All right,
know,
so it's
I'm
off
gonna
to a
have to
good
play that
start.
game.
Your lasers blast out and just rip right through the shield generator of the warship, and a lot of the other ships are also like flying around. We see one of them is taken like firing directly at the sensor array, and one is like going up into like the warp access, and these are like precision strikes. The other ships are flying off in all directions, trying to force their squadrons to separate and lose their proximity.
So what do we know about
And-
that? Sorry, go ahead.
I would say the warship and also the other ships are gonna fire back. They are taking 2 shots at the fleet, so at you.
Okay.
So with the lasers against the first one is a 7 to hit.
So
I
anyone
believe
hold for defense? Autopilot did hold for defense.
But also, Philip was doing shields. So, do you want to do shields, or do you want to do autopilot?
Well, I said previously I'd set the autopilot to pilot.
Warp. Sorry.
And you're right. I did set it to warp, and I said I would do pilot. That's correct. So does the autopilot just still maintain this spare turn, like just doing defense on warp, and then Philip can do whatever else?
Well,
So
I
Philip
can.
has
I
D6
would
in
rather.
pilot and D10 in shields.
I would rather do the shield, because if the pilot was in pilot mode, then it would have been advantageous. But if he's in warp,
Sure.
then the shield
So
is the same.
That means at least once per defense round that we have one. If you do that, then we have one good shields roll, and we have one autopilot roll, or autopilot warp roll.
Yeah, well, for the first laser, I rolled a 1. Hey,
Ugh.
Oh,
So that's
dude.
not good.
I pushed the
So
wrong button.
the fight suddenly just goes bad. A lot of the ships are older. A lot of the crews don't have any combat experience, and you take a
Wait,
solid
we were
hit.
supposed to leave that
to
kid back on the planet. What are they doing commanding a ship?
Says the person who
And
drops their
the-
coffee everywhere they go.
I am a
The
registered
second
coffee dropper.
laser blast. The second laser blast is coming in with an 8 to hit.
Oh, god damn.
Still, I was sure I put the autopilot on pilot. That's the thing, because I add the autopilot to get us closer to the thing, so it would have been with a pilot roll. But if MacPack override it to put it on warp, then it's on warp.
Well, it's a defense.
I will roll shield again.
I don't remember. Ask the autopilot what it's doing. You tell me. I was just confused. I was firing torpedoes.
Okay, I will shield because even with a -1, I have more chance than the D8. 9, so it's -1, 8, so it's flip coin.
Oh.
Oof, oof, oof. You went high or low?
I want low.
Always go low. That's how we go.
The
I don't like that face, guys.
The fleet is being attacked with more ferocity than they were expecting, but they are able to use their defenses in their they're going through their old training from 30 years ago, and their maneuvers that they practice on their video games, and they're I can do this, and they're
muscle memory kicked in.
This worked really well in GTA 27.
Yeah, and you manage to not get hurt.
Make that kid a general.
You're good for another round. All right, top. Oh wait, no, now I get to go. Oh wait, I just went. All right, top of round 3.
Okay,
go.
So what about the run? When does that hit in?
And what?
Oh, did you
the
run
run
them?
program? Yeah, you said I got a free turn to run it.
No, that was to upload our message, like the mission. Mission.
Oh
goal.
yeah. Okay, so is there an effect?
So
for
that is currently being sent.
Okay. In the meantime, I don't know. Do you want me to put? So I've got D8 pilot, D8 repair, D8. We haven't taken damage, so that's no problem. D8 pilot, D8 warp, D8, D6 sensors, D10 torps.
Did you
Philip,
hit last round?
did you tell us the damage that we got hit with?
We got hit the first time, so it's 2 damage.
You said so. We did take 2 damage.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're down to 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can either fire off some torps or repair. So between us, Peeps is the best with repair.
Peeps isn't here, man. I hate to tell you, but I had Peeps a long time ago.
Asshat. You didn't ask for consent.
I did, and they said yes.
They were hiding in the replicator. It'd just be nice for them to come out and yay! Next to that, there's... Well, you and Tom and Philip have D6. Warp Drive Willie has D8. There's fucking me.
Well, Warp Drive Willie is long gone.
Warp Drive Willie, I always consider as literally the guy on the couch. So we did Herosity, and we were living, and Lupe was a cat and always hung out in different people's apartments and was transient as a person. So one of the ones was the guy on the couch, which we put as Dan's character.
I see him he got Clandestine on the ship with a crate, and we just never opened that crate. So
he's dead.
He's a skeleton in the
Don't
back.
worry about. Are you gonna pay rent? Don't worry about me, man. Get on with your life and go. All right.
He opens the crate right now and just says,
"Oh fuck! I didn't need that level of inspiration." Well, I did crit. I got an 8.
There you go.
On repair.
Warp Drive Willie.
Okay. All right, so you take up one of your spare parts and you patch up some holes. You get 1 hit point back.
All right.
And the rest of the fleet are doing the same. So that initial volley that was not so great for them, they are taking care of themselves. MacPack.
Nice.
It's all
Oh,
right.
that was
Tom.
I will continue lasering.
Okay.
That is a total of 3.
Hmm.
It wasn't a 1.
No, they. Yeah. The very like the
I scream.
the attention is spread across all of the crews. Like so, the fire that they're doing is more of a like, hey, back off for a
Smoke
second.
screen.
We're still dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the
Oh.
I know karate.
Can I swap the autopilot and pilot instead of warp because it's actually already activated?
Yeah, sure.
So is it free to do that, or it's gonna be my turn?
I'm gonna make it free. It's
Okay.
already on. You're just switching it from warp to pilot.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that and stay on shield for the
Okay.
next. That's all.
Interesting.
Hmm.
But Philip, just remember that you have better.
Really good
That's a good.
EMP.
That's a good tactic, and I appreciate that. Your EMP is. You actually have double because you have a +1 on EMP, and plus EMP has a +1. So you have a D.
Yeah, I should switch
That's
to
what
shields, and you should do next round maybe.
EMP.
Tom, you don't have shields.
I got this. Get my D4.
How hard can it be?
It's not that hard.
But seriously, well, all of us have like Tom. You have a D12 +1 in lasers.
Yeah, it's pretty tight.
Yeah, so he's better on laser than me
I
on
told
EMP.
you, I'm
Yeah,
channeling
and
peeps.
you are better at EMP than I am.
I
on
will
torpedoes.
be right.
I'm telling you, Tom's
good point.
like got
Oh god,
peeps.
we are stressing the. How are we stressing this GM out? But how awesome is Devin being
Oh,
able to like deal with
amazing.
all of our
All of it.
neurodivergence and like,
All
wait,
the
let's think
nonsense.
about these things, and at the same time, he's probably thinking, I didn't want to get it this complicated, but at the same time, the way the system works is kind of cool.
Yeah.
But at the same time, okay, ultimately, to sum it up quickly, Philip, you have better torpedo skill than I do. Tom, you have the best weapon skill above all of us. You have a D12 +1. Philip, you have a D10 +1 on your EMP, and then there is a +1 on our EMP. So you have a D10.
No, I know the
+2.
+1 that I have is just a +1 of the EMP.
Yeah.
I don't have an extra +1.
Well,
So
if
it's a D10 +1 that I have in total.
Are you sure? Because that's not what my spreadsheet says. I believe we enhanced our EMP because, for example, I see that Tom has a D12. And then I see on the spreadsheet that lasers are a +1. Philip, I see, has a D10 +1, but EMP is also set to a D +1, which means
I'd just
the
like to
ship
take
has a
this
+1.
second to thank you for sharing those photos of the ship you made in Starfield. It's real pretty visual. It's on the screen right now. I'll share
Thank
it with
you.
y'all too.
I'm very
I
proud
love
of it.
space.
It's actually so some people will look at it and be like, "Oh no, they just repurposed an ecliptic of Falcata or whatever it's called." It wasn't. It was a spacer. It was a spacer ship. I forget what it was. I liked the ship. Dynamics. It is shorter. It is not the dynamic. It is sexier. And look at the profile. Look at the weapons. This will kick the shit out of Falcata. I know that because one of the other ships in my storage is a Falcata. Because I killed 3 others and then I just went to take that one.
Well, it's a good visual, especially for our game. I don't know if this will be
Also-
the end, but it's fun. So thank you for putting that together, as we are.
That's so pretty.
Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know. I know we have quite a few games on the run. What was the next one Devin was thinking of doing?
Oh, that one is pretty exciting. It is it's a Herosity campaign, which is a play Hero City. It's for like a superhero type dynamic, but it is in like I don't know, is it World War One or World War Two? I think it's World War Two. But the fun thing about that type of campaign is it is the most freeing. It is probably the most stressful for the GM, but it allows you to play tactics. That's when you get to play like XCOM, where you can use the terrain a lot to your advantage. It's very freeing. It's open, and the rules are. It requires a flexible GM, but
I would say
it is the most fun.
Devon's
that system is the most fun I've ever had. Yeah, it is Devon's superpower.
Is being super flexible. We can throw absolutely anything at him, and he'll make it work. Doesn't matter the system. I've always been impressed by Devon's GMing.
Absolutely, every time. And with that type of thing, this system, the Herosity system, is one that is the most flexible. It is the most fun. I've never had so much fun as I did with that. And I played a cat. And they just let me, like, wreak mayhem.
Sorry about that, friends.
No worries.
Problem. We were
talking shit about you.
To be honest, we were literally talking about... Yeah, we were saying about how horrible you were as a GM and how, like, Herosity is just such an awful system. Oh, wait. Oh,
hey,
it is the entire
falling
opposite
from the
of
sky?
that.
Is that rocks falling from the sky?
Luckily, I never listened to the podcast, so we'll never know if this is true or not.
A pinhole in the ship and we all die instantly.
Oh, honey, you know we love you. We would never say... yeah. Please don't kill us.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean, you can kill us if you want, but we said nice things.
You're the only one that's actually flesh here. Actually, I can't die, and Philip just disappears. So, it's up to you.
I literally have skin in the
game. So the flagship is firing some torpedoes at you. With a 7 to hit.
Come on, Hop.
That will be me.
Come on, Hops.
5.
Wait. No, it was our turn. We just finished our defense round. I didn't hold or do anything. I didn't fire. We were talking about what we're gonna do next round, and then you had to leave. It's our turn next.
Okay, I'll believe you.
Well,
all right. So
Wait, let's get a consensus. Am I wrong? Like, did I?
I did roll a 4 on.
I think it's half complete. Like Tom did his laser and failed.
I didn't roll
you
anything.
didn't do anything. I was holding shield anyway, so it's up to you what you wanted to do.
Sorry. So MacPack, what were you doing? Were you defending or were you?
I'm gonna fire torps, I guess. If we've got 2 on defense, it sounds like already.
Autopilot and Mac and Philip.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's a 10. I was like, fuck 0.
That was a long
no, that's a 10.
silence.
Right? Because it's one of those. It's one of the dice. It's got the double digits, so when it's 0-0, I wonder about it. But 0-0 is 10, and 10 is 1.
That is a fucking devastating attack. You launch some torpedoes. A lot of the other ships are like coordinating so that ships are like flying through plasma fields as the AM torpedoes explode. So multiple ships are getting caught. Multiple ships are on fire. They are being routed in some places. You have successfully defeated about half of the ships.
Holy crap! They need to defend their capital better.
Here.
I mean, what have they been doing with our tax dollars?
MacPack
Spending it
calls
all on
that
ships that
the
don't.
DACTAC LACPAC in version 982 torque.
Oh right,
And those from those whom love Star Control will love that too.
Nice.
All right, so now they're firing their torpedoes back. A 7 to hit, or a 9 to hit.
Yeah, and I rolled a 5, so it's the one that you already sent, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I rolled a 5, so we got a hit. We got hit by the torpedo.
Okay.
That is 3 damage.
Oh shit balls!
Oh,
We have one.
I am trying to remember. I think I'm remembering Herosity rules versus.
Yeah, because it's not. I
think it's torpedoes just do 2 damage, but at the so
at
it's
the
2
scale,
damage, not 3.
Oh, but still.
Okay.
Still a lot. So you guys are at 4 now. 3.
No, we are
2 now.
We are at 2.
Okay, so while half of their ships have been destroyed, more than half of your ships are gone.
We're doing so great. Hey, Gold Squadron, you're amazing. Gold Squadron? Gold?
And 9 plus torpedo
from
caused the
behind.
vessel ship to suffer a hull breach.
Hmm.
So both ours and theirs have a hull breach right now. Oh, you have the suit.
What?
You still have the suit.
I tried to grab my helmet. Put it on. Stupid. Smushy lungs.
Alright, top of round 4. What do y'all want to do?
How many rounds
We need to
until
send
the
the
message gets beamed out?
The message has been beamed out. It is currently being looked at by people.
By billions and trillions of people.
I would say another 2 rounds before it to take effect.
Oh, all right.
Okay. Well, we've got 2
So
hit points.
We've got a
left.
choice, people. We can return it. We can Empire Strikes Back our exit, or we can Rogue One our exit.
I've
What's
only,
it gonna
I've
be?
only seen the first one.
Everyone in my generation has seen this.
The irony is you're supposed to be the 80s character,
It's
and
true.
I don't. I only know the 80s movies.
Alright, so MacPack, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I haven't seen the Rogue One part.
It's bad.
Oh,
Everybody
shit.
wins. It's bad.
Alan Tudyk does a great cameo in it. That's all I know.
Right.
I liked it as a movie. The ending is not happy.
Oh,
Makes sense. Or it's the beginning of New Hope.
what?
So, are you torpedo again, or are you gonna repair for this turn, MacPack?
Let's go repair. We need to keep us, I guess, or sort of, hopefully.
Keep us in the air. Just a little longer.
3.
And fix up debris.
My
You
espresso's
managed to fix
almost
up the
done.
hull breach, but you don't manage to repair any of the damage.
I'm good. I could
So
take
you're
my
not
helmet
in
off.
imminent danger.
How does that transit? That translates the same to the fleet, yeah?
Yeah, things are not getting worse, but nothing's gotten better. Fires are getting put out, and people are putting bandages on wounded crew members.
Oh, so it's like marriage.
Yeah.
Nope. Taking her back.
If
Thank God
wait,
my
wait,
wife never listens
Wait,
to
wait,
this.
wait. I was trying to figure out how to ask. I didn't know what is the dynamic of being able to use a run program throughout all of this. Because I don't understand it. Like, I don't know how it translates in terms of if we do it to a local ship versus like, because our actions translate to fleet dynamics, and I'm still trying to figure out how that would have worked out.
If you send the run program, the fleet will send the run program to one of the ships that they are fighting.
Ooh, do it.
Oh shit! Why didn't you tell me that? I didn't know that.
Let's do it.
Fuck.
And
that's
Warp
what I
Drive
wanted
Willie
to do.
pops out of his crate.
Well,
But it's also like these people are more or less like they think they are defending interlopers, so it's up to you whether or not you want to just kill a bunch of innocent soldiers.
We're shooting them, so what's the difference?
No. That's what happened.
All right.
You have both EMP and shield.
Warp Drive Willie,
Alright,
get back
fuck,
in your
let's-
crate.
Let's
I can't
survive
do
this
both.
next round, and if we, I guess, fucking, I didn't know that. It's just the same as a weapon. What's the difference?
No, it's a insta-kill kind of weapon. Let's do it.
Well,
Yeah.
we're literally obliterating ships, didn't we? You just say we were obliterating ships
It's
like
just more
60
fun.
times over?
Yeah, but
it's like it's between
Is
like
it- what's the difference between firebombing us like an entire city with hundreds of bombs, with hundreds of firebombs to torch an entire city versus a single nuke that does the exact same thing? In that regard, like we're
I was
talking
thinking it
war.
more of like, yeah, I was thinking it more of like, I am going to throw a grenade into a room where everyone has the chance to get away, versus I'm going to set off a bomb in the room that no one knows is coming.
Well, what are they trying to
So,
do to
like-
us?
I mean, they'll be fine. They have escape pods.
All right, so MacPack, what do you want to do?
Wait, we have escape pods, right?
no.
No.
God damn it.
You never bought
we're
any.
all in old ships, so that was like before they invented seatbelts, you know. Like,
You know
Yeah,
what?
it's
Fair enough. I'm not gonna run the program.
I'm proud of you.
moral high
Um,
ground that in no way will come back and bite us in the ass.
At least I
This-
got a crit on repair.
This is an
Boom.
allegory.
Nice.
Oh!
Nice.
All right, so
Attention.
you managed to.
This
how many
is an
spare parts do
allegory.
you have left?
Sorry.
We have 2 spare parts left.
Okay,
3 if you
so I
count
guess
you.
after that you have 1 spare part left.
Yes, this specifically means
All right,
after this we
so-
have 1 spare part.
Nice. So you get 2 hit points back.
Nice.
Well, that is
Or a
fucking
crit,
sick
yeah.
because we are up to 4.
Yeah.
All right, Tom.
I think I'm gonna have to just keep lasering. I
Okay.
will rain death down upon you all. I'm so sorry, but God, it's fun.
Not absolute
Oh!
death. This time it's optional.
Ooh, that is a 12 on the die, which makes
So
it
13?
Which means it's
with
a
ma-
13.
13 critical.
Okay, well I can't dodge that.
Papa.
Dodge this.
And you can pick a target as well.
I'm taking out the captain, the big one that told us to leave.
Okay.
It's more like a section of the ship, I guess. Like the torpedo part, or you could like neutralize weapons. Or...
I mean, it worked.
a
I would say
laser.
that like
I'm gonna.
Slice off.
Oh well,
slice off
commander,
its
the
keel,
commander.
break its.
Yeah.
It's a laser. Can you
Yeah.
do like a critical slice and like slice off its keel, break its back?
Yeah, I'm gonna
That's
try to
from
do
its
that.
reactor.
okay. So a lot of like half of the ships that are remaining all start focusing fire on the huge capital ship, which is like the one who's doing most of the damage, and like lasers are explosions, like some like neutrino blasts and EMPs, and this ship just starts to crack in half. You see small explosions starting to blow up the sides of it. This defense fleet is not doing well. You guys are doing okay. And they are taking some serious losses. They are probably
Sweetest
calling
words
in
in the
reinforcements.
English language. You're doing okay.
You're fine. You're fine.
All right, and Philip is going to do some defense.
Yeah.
Dad, are
Okay.
you hurt?
Just my bones and organs.
Just my bones. So other ships are like swinging in to replace the capital ship. Lasers come blasting in with a 6 to hit.
That's gonna be the autopilot that's gonna take care of this one.
Okay. So who wants to roll for auto?
I will do it. A 4. So we just have 1 damage.
Hello.
Okay. And a
Can I say as a side note, quick GM mechanic? I feel like because it's autopilot, because specifically the mechanic is autopilot, GM should roll.
Okay.
Seems
I think it's
fair.
like,
Does that make sense for balance? You know what I mean? Because it's autopilot. It's supposed to be a mechanic, not a person. Therefore, it should
True,
be outside of the person to roll.
But for funsies, it's more
yeah,
fun.
Okay.
it's like
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like kind of the same reason why when you guys asked the Emperor for his plan, he's like, "You guys got it." I was like, "I don't want to."
I mean, I'm not insistent on it. It was just more like just throwing it out
I'll
there to
happily
see.
roll. Okay, here
four.
oh, I 2. Oh, sorry, guys.
We're all dead.
It's the third one in a row that I rolled. Damn it!
It was just a quick outside, but it was still like you did 4. But you know what I mean? Like I just mean, yeah. This would be more. I should have probably said after the game. My bad. Immersion breaking. Sorry.
All right, so
I hang my head and shit.
another group are coming along and they're firing torpedoes at your envoy with a 4 to hit.
Will be me at the shield, and I rolled a perfect 10.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
So I bounce back
Nice.
the torpedo.
So wait, did we take?
it's like
did we
tennis.
take a hit just then?
Nope. I think you
Well,
took
we took
damage.
1 damage from the laser, but no damage from the torpedo.
Okay, so we're down to 3 again.
All right,
We've
top of
got
round.
1 repair part. All right. I
This
can
is the
do
round
a
after this.
I could-
Our mission is accomplished.
Yeah, so I can do either a final repair round. I can. Well, after this, our mission is accomplished. We have 3. We have 3 hit points.
Come on.
I
You know
can
you
do
wanna fuck
pilot
stuff up. Get out there.
Yeah, I do want to fuck stuff up. I have been wanting to fuck some stuff up lately. Let's see how that works out.
What's more
This is
fun?
the right
Come on.
Absolutely.
9.
What are you doing?
Firing at torpedoes. Down the torpedoes! We're going in with the
All right.
torpedoes, and that doesn't make whatever. Boom.
There's no sound in
The
space.
torpedoes blast out and just start blasting across. Like one of the other like larger ships is like taking the post of command, and you just started pelting that with torpedoes.
Can I specifically
smaller ships are flying through it.
with that? I don't know if it makes a difference, but will GM let me with that roll like target specific areas?
With torps, sure. What the fuck?
Engines,
Okay.
not reactors.
This
Not reactors. Engines.
all right. So this like the second in command ship. Like you come up underneath it and fire a torpedo that just impacts right on like their thrust, and that ship is now just drifting. Okay, Tom.
But how does that translate to the fleet? That's what I thought I was doing.
A bunch of ships are doing cool stuff. They have you have evened out your remaining. Like it is now a 1-to-1 kind of fight as opposed to a 4-to-1. Your older pilots that haven't been flying as much are doing amazingly well. They have right on their side. They have freedom. So
it's all in the seasoning.
All right. For my turn, I'm gonna jump on the radio. I'm gonna try another. Pardon me. I'm gonna try another guy. Yeah, that's how we start. All right. 1 second. That's if I. Let's see what I roll. I'm gonna try to guile to be like. Well, I'll just do it on the mic. 1 sec.
We bring you a message. A message of truth. Please realize this. You are fighting for the wrong emperor. Your cause has been subverted. And we have the proof. It is here before you. Scan the APEP. Watch the footage that is currently being watched all across the galaxy. The truth is right in front of you. Lay down your weapons and join us under the true, honest Emperor. You have been lied to. The Emperor is a criminal. The Emperor is a lie. Don't fall for it anymore. Wake up, sheeple. See the truth in front of you. Please, for God's sakes, before it's too late.
I hope to God that you crit fail.
I rolled an 8 plus 2. Or 8 plus 1? 8 plus 2? 8 plus 2! 10.
8 plus 2.
That's nice.
I think
also,
one you would have done, you press the wrong button, it's just internal, like it just display it to us and not to them.
Did I already do my turn? Because I want to... Oh, right, I already did. I already
Warp
fired
Drive
a bunch
Willie's
of
in the back
torpedoes.
just starts.
Just wakes up for a little bit, just like...
Internal comm only. Son of a...
All right,
just a slight mild thumbs up.
So that was
goes back
10.
to sleep.
Total of 10. Not a crit.
Nice. Philip, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna stay on defense in case.
Okay. So that is the top of round 7.
Wait, was there any effect to what?
Also, if any
Who
Americans
was
are
she
listening,
now?
you know, just saying that was that wasn't a game.
Do not go quiet into the dark.
Do not
Rage against the dying
against the
of
dying
the light.
of the light.
It didn't sound like it, but that was in sync. God damn it! This is over the internet with lag.
Yeah, it was. Based on our, we were literally trying to do that at the same time because it's fucking true.
We'll fix it in post.
Well, you'll fix it in
No,
post,
I'm
I
not
hope.
gonna fix that. This is as good as it gets.
Doesn't change its truth.
So the first thing that the fruit bat does is after the video has been sent and after the time to upload has been taken, the fruit bat does not fire into the Galactic Alliance ships. Your whole fleet takes the time to take a measure, be on defense, but to not attack. And there's a moment where you are afraid that the attack is going to continue, but it doesn't. You, no one communicates with you, but no one attacks you either. The Galactic Alliance ships are not attacking, and they are, after a moment, they start moving away from your crew.
All right, now's our chance, guys. Open fire.
We're not raging that much.
The
This
message
seems nice.
The message has been sent. The message has been viewed. The average soldier in the Galactic Alliance was part of the Galactic Alliance because of the kindness and the hope that the Emperor showed. The most commanders respected his military prowess. They understood that they were following the right person, and then to find out that they had been lied to, that they had been tricked, that they had been used to create this dystopian world that was profiting a few and making the multitude miserable. For most of the Alliance, they decided not to put up with it. Of course, there were some outliers. There was the occasional capitalist, the occasional general who tried to denounce the video and denounce the soldiers that were not listening to him. But it was like that moment in the Cuban Missile Crisis, where the Russian soldier decided not to fire upon American soil because it was not the right thing to do. They'll probably get court-martialed eventually, but it was the right thing to do. Within a week, the Senate is mostly routed of people that were still loyal to the fake emperor. And within 2 weeks, Riku is back in the capital city and trying to undo the damage that was done by his brother. His brother, Jonas, is captured and shown leniency because the Emperor doesn't have much family left, but he also can't have a galactic traitor out and about. So
I have an idea, sir. Your worshipfulness. We get a ship. We provision it with what it needs. And we beam it into the great beyond. Past the barrier. With your brother on it. Exile.
And Riku looks to his brother and says, "If you find my daughter, you can come back."
Oh, and can you tell my girlfriend that I'm sorry for shooting her in the face?
It's not heaven. I'm not expecting him to.
Macpac takes part of the probe from themselves. It says here, if you want it.
Jonas will take anything that anyone gives him because he is desperate for any kindness after living the life that he has lived.
Just gives him a +1 to perception. Realize the reality of whom you are.
Face it inwards,
you all
man.
are
Inwards.
You are celebrated as heroes. You are the ones who brought freedom back. As soon as Jonas is gone as emperor, you discover all of the things that was like being done, like the overworking of people just to keep them tired, the limitation of quasar fuel just to keep them sedentary, the taking away of education to keep people in their place, and Riku strikes down all of those rules. He wants to have a galaxy full of hope and adventure and curiosity and wonder at the amazing life that the amazing life that exists just from living it without any hardship that you don't need to be suffering for.
MacPack
And
asks, wonders, the space station with all the massive quasar fuel and the railgun. The quasar fuel is still there, right? Still have it all.
yes.
Okay. So, to end off, I guess, because it doesn't really matter anyway, MacPack votes that the space station's quasar fuel should be distributed until it's fair. Anything left over, that space station with the fuel should be based on, like you can tap in, tap out, should be based on pre-exploration of the galaxy. But it should be based as an icon to be like when this station can be full for that perspective, for that project, then that shows the wealth of our society when we can have it. Because it means in order for it to be full, everyone else has to be full first.
It's a beautiful sentiment.
It's like the filling of the cup.
But I already licked it.
Yeah, and you
Claimed it.
spilt your coffee all over it 40 times before. We can
Oh,
clean it.
fine.
We'll get
We
to that
can do the
later.
good things for the universe.
Does Tom have anything that he wants done, or like
Well-
anything you want to do, or like your
I think,
future?
I think my time here is done. I feel like we made a difference, and I'm gonna high five.
Sorry, as a final gesture, MacPack deletes the entire run program.
Ooh, nice call. That was a good call. Well,
Good one.
folks, actually, I want to find out what Phase Hippo, what Philip Hopper
yeah,
wants
what
to
does
do.
yeah.
I wanted to say, like, so was he good all along? Emperor Riku was good all along, like we thought.
Put his money where his mouth is.
Yeah.
Although that's really filthy.
I would say it was a really en français c'est très mouvementé, so really moving, like a lot of things moves around. It's not the same in English, that's why I'm not. And it was really a great adventure as a face hippo. Not a lot of face hippos have the chance to actually interact with so many awesome beings and robots, and like having, let's just say, we barely get out of our nest usually, so it was really nice knowing you all. I think I want to continue using the fruit bat just to patrol around and using sushis. I did buy sushi recipes. We don't have those anymore.
That's beautiful.
Um,
The fruit bat is yours. I'll give the
so-
emitter to Warp Drive Willie to just maintain it.
so-
The
so,
ship is yours. I
c'est
think.
très mouvementé. C'est correct?
C'est très mouvementé.
Mouvementé.
Mouvementé means like it's like a lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
It's a
I
nice
like it.
sentiment.
It's like
Keep flying kind of thing too. So Tom bids everyone farewell. He says, well, it's time for me to go. I've done my part here. But thank you so much, everyone. And he'll book himself
Flash.
on a...
Are you
on
going
a,
back to the past?
I'm going to return now from where I came. And he goes and he books himself a cryotube. And he climbs into it and sets it for another 1,000 years. Slow boating out into the stars.
I
And then
think he would put
Backpack is like-
1,000 years in the
Backpack
past.
also says,
I can't wait to see all
that's
the people
not
I
how
left
time
behind.
works.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Like 30 people try to tell you what you're doing is
And
stupid.
he does
but
not get it.
Tom doesn't listen. All right, my friends, that is the last voyage of the Emperor 3.
That was a lot of fun. This was a really fun campaign.
That was.
I
that
know
was
our
absolute
crew got
chaos.
whittled down, and some got stuck in the replicator, and some were
Some
on the
may or may
couch,
not have
and,
been eaten.
Dante and Vanessa were too busy talking. I forget what Bo's character. It's always Dante. Whatever it is, it's always Dante.
But it was a good game, and thank you again,
It
Tim,
was.
for putting up with us and putting us up to all
Yeah.
kinds of hijinks. That was fun.
May I make a possible suggestion for like an add-on if you want? I had like as a like, off like this was really fun. This is not like it's more because you've generally the flow of this and the evolution of these the homebrew systems are kind of organic. I'm wondering specifically when we're coming to the Wanderverse, one of the things that could stick out is a way to do like a tactical space battle from and have a an overview system or a grid or turn-based because it involves ships and it could be fun.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying that not only
kind
as a suggestion, I'm saying that as as an offer. It is something that I could. Well, I mean, you know. Stuff
Wait,
that I
are you
can do.
saying you're gonna spreadsheet that?
like Wanderverse is like with all of those kind of games, it's like we try to pare them down as much as possible. But if you want a more tactical game,
Crunch.
crunch some numbers and
It's
and
not
bring it
just
up.
crunching some numbers. It's also about slight visual representation, but it's very slight because it has to have like a tactical overlay. The whole thing is, this isn't something that I'm like, hey, we could do this with a huge web-based thing. It's going to be hugely complex with graphics and everything. It is going to be something that it will be like a spreadsheet to show like little blobs, like little dots on things that we could all look at in real time and just to see like where the overview of the ships are.
That'd be cool.
Just for positional bits. And it just something really simple.
I feel like this game would really benefit from that. Like
benefit
like something
this
like,
specific game.
Just like a
because the other
positional,
ones
like,
not so much.
score kind of thing. Like
it might also be fun to have like because like a lot of the time I'm like, okay, so the like you can lose a system because you crit fail. You can lose a system because somebody EMPs you. You can lose a system because somebody like. So it's like I'm always just trying to remember like, okay, well their EMP is down because last round they rolled 1, and then their shields are down this round because someone shot them with an EMP.
Yeah.
So it might be nice to have like it all like out there, so you can just kind of go, oh shit, our sensors are down. We only have 2
like a
two
Google
repair
Doc
things
that we
left.
could put all this, track it all in. Although, I mean, you could also do this in something like Roll20, or I'm sure we could set up something like
you
that.
could, but based on this whole dynamic of it being homebrew, and this is being something that actually I can create, it is something that would be interesting to see that could be played out. But also, it is something like this specific. I get it. Like this specific Wanderverse has a lot of criteria that would be useful to see, and the dynamic of using this, and if we can make it work on like a free system where everyone can see this.
Oh yeah, and we haven't said that to the
it
channel
can be
in a long
updated
time,
in
so
real,
this is a good time to
real
remind
time.
our listeners and viewers that this is a homebrew system that we do make ourselves. If you have input, you're welcome to share ideas. And also, are we giving away copies? Like, I don't know what I'll have to talk to the I don't think so.
Yeah.
But anyway.
No.
Like, I feel like if somebody asked, I would probably be like, okay.
All right.
But if somebody was like, I want to sell this, I'd be like,
yeah.
You gotta...
So, not
you
for sale.
Face hippos. But face hippos.
Face hippos
the fun
is
in
so
all of this is
I love that, and again, that's my favorite part of Wanderverse is all the weird, creative, like species, and
yeah,
you know, it'd be fun.
Yeah, when
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say you were gonna say something that's fun, and please tell us.
I was
fun.
just gonna say I would love to bring in this weird planets and settings. Like maybe someday I'll run this and be like, you're on a planet with like upside down waterfalls and platforms, and like you have to get over there somehow, and like speeder bike chases, like steal all the best stuff, you know, all the weird, like if you mash up Avatar and like weird insect species.
Avatar.
And then combine that with like blue people banging. I mean, come on. But besides that, you know, like just take every world. We do a lot. It had a real Firefly feel to it. At times, a real Star Wars feel to it. Other times, it was kind of a little bit Federation-y. Like there was a real. We're taking all the things we love and chucking them in a blender and just grind it up real good. And drink it back like a sci-fi smoothie is what I'm really saying.
Yeah, I didn't do a lot of like personal stuff. Like I didn't like it was a lot of like in the ship, as opposed to like in the ship away mission, in the ship away mission. Because you know, like part of the fun of Wanderverse is that you have to work as a team. And sometimes it's fun and sometimes it's frustrating, but it's like I feel like it's an interesting.
Well, that's a dynamic that like, isn't elsewhere.
Yeah, like you play Wanderverse because you want to have your group work together.
And you're like, you can just imagine us all slamming on our consoles and swearing. Oh wait, you don't have to imagine, we've done it. But like in space.
Exactly. It's like it's nice to see. It's kind of like an RP version of like FTL, for example.
Yeah. Oh, I love that game. That's such a good game.
The ships where we actually, I think we've spoken about this before, and this is one of the things that's fun about it, because you also get to live the characters, you get to be those things, and it's so much more abstract because ultimately, even when you have like a computer system, you are confined by just the rules that you cannot inspire beyond or conspire beyond the rule set, and that's why all of these flexible systems that are so wonderful, they require a good GM, but there's just so much fun when they do.
Yeah,
and when you're gone, that's of course what we were
like...
talking about, because you're fucking awesome at what you do, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so
like
much. It was great. Bravo.
Wait,
thank you. Well, hopefully you'll have fun with the hero game.
I feel like Bucks might just create a mod in FTL with all the races of Wanderverse inside the game.
I refuse to allow that to exist because I don't get to create a spreadsheet as a result of it.
This is a spreadsheet-heavy game, though. Let's be honest. If your Excel skills are not up to it, you should never play this game. It's elite. Trying to build the mystery.
That's the whole. The whole point. The point is, if you're ever gonna play this game, what we're gonna try to do is make the spreadsheet so that it's fun for you guys.
Fun with
That's what we wanna do.
spreadsheets.
But
Dude, you're about
guys,
to break
I-
the goddamn internet as people kick down our
And,
doors.
and by guys and dudes,
Wait,
I am
spreadsheet
not
can be
limiting
fun?
to that. As like full confession, Julius Fox is an NB and is by the terms I like being able to flex a little bit is in gaming bits like guys, dudes, but I also say honey and
Oh,
sweet,
sorry, yeah.
just loves and all of those things. So I
100%.
mean those as gender neutral terms.
Sorry.
But yes, this is a spreadsheet heavy game, and I don't know if that could be confined as a romantic or sexual
Hey,
implication.
it was fun. It was fun.
Spreadsheets are a thing.
Yeah, spread them sheets.
And thank
Show
you
me
for
all
inviting me.
your
It's my
head and
first game.
layers.
Hey, yeah. Well, let's play again sometime.
Yeah, I'm glad to.
I want to find
yeah.
every last
So
hidden formula.
I feel like
Let's insert some
next
special
week-
characters.
So I've sent everyone the rules for Herosity. So I feel like next week we can do like a shoot the shit, talk about rules. If you have like a character idea, we can talk about it, or you can just build one, and then we'll start in 2 weeks from now.
Do we
Unless
know,
life happens.
Well,
Is it gonna be? Are we expecting it to be the three of us, or were other people just waiting for us to finish the campaign?
So Robin is joining.
Sweet.
And the three of you are invited. I've also invited Jasper, Jay, Bo, Brendan. So like the usual crew are involved, and whether or not they come is up to them.
scheduling. Hopefully I can clear it. It's been a crazy year. But anyway, we'll talk about that off the stream. But thanks for the game.
Cool.
That was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
All right, interweebs. We'll see you next time. Until then, may your rockets explode and your ships fly straight or not, or have fun with it. Just go fly. Keep flying. All right. Oh yeah, I think this ends where somebody clicks the executable at the bottom of the email, and it's all just
Never stop.
Yeah.
Stopping.
run, 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 run.